Do you know how to evaluate scientific notation with a graphing calculator? Let's take a look at a graphing calculator. When you evaluate scientific notation using a graphing calculator, the first thing to notice is that anytime you want something in yellow to show up on your calculator, you're going to need to push this yellow button first. Then you'll see a blinking arrow sign show up on your screen, and you'll know that you've activated the secondary keys, the keys that are in yellow. EE is one of the big things that you're going to need, because when an E shows up, that lets us know that we're going to evaluate a base 10 exponent. So if I have a number E5, it's like saying a number times 10 to the 5th. Now let's look at a problem and see how we can apply this to evaluating a number that's in scientific notation. 3.2 times 10 to the 7th. How can we evaluate this expression using scientific notation and our calculator? Well, first, let's take a look at our calculator. Here's our calculator. The first thing we're going to need to do is to push 3.2 so that 3.2 shows up on our screen. Next, we go to the yellow button and EE, and you should now see an E on your screen if you're doing this with me. And finally, we enter 7. That's our exponent. Enter is our last step, and when we hit enter, our answer is 32 million. We've evaluated this expression using a calculator. What about this one? We can evaluate it in the same way. First, let's look at a graphing calculator. We start off by entering 4.5. And what should show up on your screen is 4.5. Next, we hit the yellow button and EE, so that an E shows up on your calculator. And finally, we enter 3, which is our exponent. Our last step is to hit the enter button, and our number is 4,500. This is our solution. Look at this problem. 3.2 times 10 to the 4th times 4.5 times 10 to the 4th. This is a perfect example for a graphing calculator. We're going to enter this into the calculator first. Now, because it's multiplication, we can use parentheses next to each other to show multiplication. Start off with a parenthesis on your calculator. Then enter 3.2 E4, close the parenthesis. Then put another parenthesis and do 4.5 E4, close the parenthesis. This is what should be in your calculator at this point. Finally, hit enter, and our answer is 1,440,000,000.